All right, well, we're back. And I'm looking at this assault rule again. And I was wondering when it said, um, blah, 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 blah. If the attacker succeeds, all remaining defending units are placed in a dead pile. That would be if he gained a major victory. Because that would still mean that there's units left in the city. That's where that comes in. And I was kind of stumped on that earlier, wondering, well, if all defenders were killed, how are they going to the rest of them be dead and thrown into a dead pile? So what this means here, I'll clear it up for you. And these people that make these rules really need to explain things a little bit more. An assault succeeds if either all defenders are killed, which is what's going on with Jerusalem right now, and I still got one half of a unit left. And it should be or the attacker inflicts at least one step loss, because in this case, if you have no garrison, and then that means that any result. Let me get this thing here. In that case, it means any result on the CRT combat result table will result in the city falling. So that's where that comes in at. That second part. So it should say an assault succeeds if either all defenders are killed and or the attacker inflicts at least one step loss on an ungarrisoned city, it should say, or the attacker gains a major victory. So there's three ways. Everybody killed, you inflict one step loss on a ungarrisoned city, or you gain a major victory. He didn't do any of those, so we're still fighting it out there in Jerusalem. What else was I wanting to say? We're going on with the Christian player's turn. Another thing about that messed up vassal tournament. You get into play with those things, and you feel like you're just kind of like an observer. And one of the things that was bad about that was communication. He was going through stuff, and if I had any objections or anything, he couldn't hear it. It was kind of like I was watching him play a game against himself. But hold on a second. Yeah, it was a real shame. I hope the game goes better and everybody else um, progresses along. I'm sure they will. I'm sure. Like I said, it only happens to me. But yeah, and the person that runs that tournament, I actually played a bunch of times with, and we have great games. We played 6, 7 games on Vassal, but we're number one. We're usually on Skype. I like Skype. If I can, I like to look at the person if possible. Because you're not. That's what it's all about. You're doing it virtually. You can't be together in the same room, so you kind of like to do it. So, an ideal way to play with me is Skype with the video and audio, and go from there. But on this one, I was trying to learn a new system, which wouldn't have been bad. But when he was telling me to hit buttons and stuff, and I couldn't respond because my audio was down, it just didn't make for a good game, and I was kind of dejected. I told him I was dejected, was kind of sour on the whole deal, and I was just going to go withdraw. So, other than that was about it. And like I said, it's really a real bummer. I might give another one a try. I was just on Vassal today looking for another opponent. We need to get another game going on here. This is a good game. I got games in the pipeline, but GMT is behind. So today I got a day off. I might go give you another one, but I really enjoy playing this, and we will proceed. It is the Christian player's turn. It's his last card play, and he's going to use his one value card to move a Malrek. We'll be right back. All right, so Christian player went ahead and laid down his card, and Malrek has moved from Belbias 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in Cairo, I picked up the rebel army that is loyal to the Christian side, the betraying army, I guess is what they'd be called. Now the thing of it is, what you want to do and what you can do are two different things. So I got to go through the rules and find out if a Christian player can pick up a Muslim player as general. The only thing about it is, I think as long as he outranks him with the command rating, he should be able to. And he's only got a command rating of 4, so that would be fine. He's got a capacity of 6 or a command rating of 6, and he's carrying a 4 with him. And I'd like to pick up that general who's also carrying like 3 or 4 units with him. So let me go through the legal eagle issues and we'll be right back. Alright, well, all this stuff says is a leader can only command another leader if he outranks them. Rank is determined like this. Crusader leader outranks Catholics, leader from the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Now, when you got 2 different religions, it says if the above cases do not apply, then the leader outranks any leader with a lower command rating, like I said. Otherwise, neither leader outranks the other. And it says battle, so on, so on. Subordinates, superiors, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't say anything about different religions. Let me look over that real quick. Other than that, I think that's going to be a good move, and we're going to have a battle, or he's going to go into a stronghold, and we'll have a siege. We shall proceed. Alright, not seeing anything in the rules about different religions. I thought I did see something there, but we're going to go ahead and go on with this. And he picked him on up. He's got to stay within his command rating, which he is, and Muslim leader has got to find out what he wants to do. It is old Shawar. And Shawar is backed up against the wall with some weak Fatimid infantry. Might be time to go behind the walls there, Shawar. We'll be back. Alright, well, Shinwar ain't no dummy. So I believe he will move his forces on into the city. And I'll represent that by putting the city on top of him. So he's in there. And, Amalric doesn't have any more cards. So, I'll establish a siege, go through the procedures and see how that happens. But like I said, the cards are gone. So it'll be demobilization time. It's getting towards the spring. Getting kind of hot. Another thing is, Malware can move through here because in the scenario special world there is no foraging in Egypt. I guess along here is the land of plenty. So we'll see what's up and around. I don't think there's any hostile forces. Except down here, we're getting ready to take care of them. So therefore, be right back. Siege is established. We're figuring out some resistance factors and whether we want to have a call to surrender. But that will be about it. And a blockade. So a few things to do. What do you call it? Clerical wise. And we'll let you know what goes on. We'll be right back. Alright, well here we are then. No minion's got a resistance factor of 6. They need to roll that or less, or higher, to get a successful call for surrender. And there are modifiers, but none that will help, none that will come into play. So there's no way I can get a call for surrender. Resistance factor is calculated like this. Basic one is 3 plus 1/2 for the defending general's battle ranking. You round that up, and he's got a 1, so it'd be a half. You round it up and be a 1, so it puts that resistance factor to 4. He also gets a +1 for per 2 steps. He's got 4 steps in there, so that'll give him a 2. Moves that battle rating up to 6. So that's what he's got. Now here are the modifiers to try to adjust that roll for the call to surrender. That doesn't apply. That doesn't apply. My leader has a battle rating of 2. So he missed that one. +1, that would have helped. Minus this if there's fewer than 6 units. Luckily he has more than 6, so that doesn't apply. And this one here would be a -2, but that doesn't apply either because there's nobody within enough movement points to reach the people that are being sieged. In other words, is there any hope for anybody to relieve them? And no, there is not. So it'd be a straight roll. But I have to be a 6, and there's no way of doing that. Now, if I do, and I failed, I get a negative modifier, so we're not even going to ask for a call to surrender. Next thing to do would be a blockade. Now, you can see here, I get rid of the clutter a little bit. Hold on a second. Is there somebody underneath him? No. Okay. I get rid of the clutter here. And we're over here. There's the army that's Almrek, his Kingdom of Jerusalem units. And then his unlikely bedfellow, the Muslims. The Muslims and Christians are allies. A friend of my enemy is my friend, or is my friend of my enemy is the enemy of my friend, whatever it is. But yeah, he's got Egypt on his mind, taken away from this guy, old Shawar. All right. Meanwhile, in Jerusalem, we got this half-strength Kingdom of Jerusalem unit, and old Noradin and his generals, and some cavalry still trying to get in. Kind of hard with cavalry, need infantry, and it reflects it, but he could fall. We're on with the blockading attempt. We'll be back. Stronghold capacity. Unfortunately for the Fatimid rebels, the maximum number of leaders and units combined that can be inside of castle is 3. So, you want to go in there, my friend? You're going to lose 2 units. I guess they're dead pile. Outside the walls, and they were taken. So that will adjust that resistance factor substantially. Let me go through those numbers again. I always look around and know the rules, people. Retreats into friendly strongholds. We're not retreating there, so we're just looking around. I think you guys can tell by, the way I play these games, I'm kind of a stickler to do everything by the rules. I mean, I make mistakes galore, but I usually catch them. But that's one of the things that kills me about those games. I'm not one just to sit back and let some guy make moves that aren't right, that I can't be verified. And then just from a technical issue, not being able to, especially in command and colors, not being able to give your orders. It's bad enough you only got to draw a core of cards, and you can't give many orders anyway, but to have been able to move 3 guys and only moved 1, and then him saying, oh, I guess that's your move. No, it really wasn't, but oh well. We're back. All right, then with that adjustment, it does bring it down 1, so it is possible to get a call to surrender. I'd have to roll 6, and if I fail, that resistance factor will probably go up 1 as a die roll modifier. So every time I roll, I'd get a -1. I'd place a failed call to surrender marker on here. Do we feel lucky? Is it worth it? I think we will. I think we're going to roll. We'll try to get a 6, and if not, we'll get a failed marker because he's not going to last long anyway. So maybe we'll get a chance to clean it up before demobilization. And better time than now. Rolling for a call of surrender. Now let me look and see. Call of surrender modified by number of previous. The Atlas has a battle rating of 3 or 4. No, I think we already checked this out. Yeah, that's right. None of these apply on the roll modifier, so it's a straight roll. 206 units. Yep. I could use that. Minus. There ain't no minuses yet, but on the next ones there will be if there is. So, looking for a 6 on the. This is going to be fun. Dice Tower. Oh, you seen it there live on TV. All right. Well, that just changes everything. I got a lot of looking to do. Minions fall when the general has been taken, and yeah, he gave up. Hoping to spare his life, I guess. He knew that the inevitable was coming. So there you go. Having a great time. See what's going on. We got victory points. Cairo is the Christian players now, and all kinds of stuff to do. So that changes everything. We'll be right back.